Hey everybody, this is Modesta I'm going from Purpose and Excellence. So I can't be at my usual place, and so I'm at this mall right now to do step 7. Let me get my book real quick. Look at my dedication, people. All right, so my pen just fell. So I've been giving you a sneak peek into the Masterplan class, and today is step 7. These are ways to stand out in competition that are not overtly salesy and marketing yourself. And step 7 is be human. What does that mean? Listen, if it's business, I know that you have your policies. I know you offer a product a certain way. Listen, just ignore the screaming kids. I am at a public place. So I know that, you know, your policy is one thing or the other, and this is a product or service that you offer and not something else. But I would like you, if you want to stand out in competition, to just calm down and listen to what people are asking for. And so there are times people may ask for an exception, they may ask for an extension, they may, you know, ask for a waiver. And that, taking that step to be human that one time will probably bring you more business than, you know, you sticking to these are the rules and how do you think I will eat if I, you know, make allowances for every single person. I mean, you don't have to make allowances for every single person, but it really does help if you are human and listen to your customers now. Okay, so I've got a child who's trying to run away. Please don't run away. Go back and sit where I asked you to sit. It's real, guys. I'm out here with my kids, and you know, it's time, and I just wanted to do this video. So what I recently did. So there's a person who had subscribed to one of my services, and they, you know, life happened with them, you know, unbeknownst to me, and they disappeared for a while, and then resurfaced a long time after the service was due, you know, was done, or the period in which offering the service was done, and they asked if they could have a part of that service. And I said, well, you can't, you know, it's done, but what can I do for you? Then they disappeared again and resurfaced again another time, and, you know, told me, you know, okay, so I'm thinking I can do this, and I said, all right, you know, just let's give each other consideration. I won't charge you full fee because you had subscribed, you just had disappeared and you didn't let me know why. And at the same time, but you must also show seriousness, you know, and make an investment. And so, you know, this person mentioned an investment which really was like, nah, that really didn't make business sense. So I, you know, had a counter offer, and they said, I need you to both sit down. I'm with my kids. I need you both to sit down. Please get your sister and hold hands and stay in one place. Forgive me, my people. And so when she came back again, I said, listen, I can't afford it. What I did is I just said, I'll give you a complimentary service. You know, I was human. I understood after the fact, after letting me know what the issue was, I understood what the issue was. And even if it had, you know, the time for me to offer her service had lapsed, like double lapsed, like triple lapsed, and when she did come around, I said, listen, you have to give me consideration. And she said, oh, well, what you're asking for is too much for me. I actually said, I'll give you a service for free. Do you know what happened after giving her that service? She said, what's the next step? I said, the next step for what? She said, I really enjoyed this session with you, and I want to work with you for the next 6 months. From a person who had subscribed, then disappeared, then came back and disappeared again, and then came back with a very weak offer. And I could have just said, you know, it was great. I did everything on my end to serve you. If that didn't work for you, then thank you very much. You know, be well with you. But I just said, you know what? Life happens to the best of us. Let me do this. I didn't even ask for money. I just said, I will sow into your life. Let's have time together. And from that time, from going back and forth, and this is what my services are worth, and no, this is what I'm ready to pay, and this, you know, when I stopped all of that and I said, let me be human. I'm not even going to take money from you. Let me sow into your life. I have now signed a 6-month, you know, contract with her. I mean, not contract, but, you know, a 6-month understanding with her, you know, based on that. And so it pays to be human. And I know business is business, and you're thinking, look, I can only make so many allowances. And you should actually look at how much you want to make every single month, and, you know, how you're getting that. But if that means you put relationship over immediate gratification to start off with, come back, girls, I see you. then you do that, because what you are sowing into will come back, and not just them giving you business, but putting the word out there that, you know, somebody else said, because they asked me to have a bit of flexibility on our one-on-ones. And they said, what I'm learning from you is that you're really flexible. I was like, learned the hard way. And so word gets around. And this person, the person who said, you're really flexible, said, I am going to speak about your services far and wide. Actually, she had recommended somebody else who took my services even before this person who recommended me had started the service, simply because of the way, you know, the service, the customer service, and the way you relate with people, and the fact that you're approachable and you're human. But of course, it is a business at the end of the day. So you make sure that, you know, what it is you're looking to make, you do make, or that you can see, and you can actually ask for referrals, and you can see that what I'm sowing into or what I'm foregoing now will come back, you know, 100-fold later. So that's for entrepreneurs. What does it look like if you're in, you know, employment and you want to be human? Okay, so being human may mean you've interviewed and then somebody, listen, I'm with my kids, this is why you see me twitching and doing strange things. I'm trying to discipline them as I'm on live. You know, so being human could be, I've interviewed and I haven't heard from you, or, you know, I'm asking for details and this organization isn't being, you know, responsive. And of course, that should give you alarm bells, like, red lights. You know, maybe this isn't the culture that I want to work with. These are the types of people I want to work with. But sometimes life happens. This actually happened to me last year, where I'd interviewed and then I hadn't heard from them for weeks, and I thought, oh well, that's that. And when they reverted, you know, you're thinking, well, if you're going to take that long, then maybe I wouldn't be interested. And do you know what had happened? They were, you know, the person who was supposed to get back to me wasn't feeling well, and that's why they had disappeared. Imagine if a disgruntled, you know, potential employee, if I went and said, you know, I'm surprised an organization as big as you, we have blah, 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 I would have blown it. And so just as much as, you know, businesses need to be human, individuals as well, be human and give the benefit of the doubt. Give more than you require back, and you would be surprised. That investment of humanity, that investment of understanding, of patience, of gentleness, you know, being long-suffering, self-control, I'm here, you know, naming the fruit of the Spirit, will come back. It will reap, you know, 100-fold. And so other people might say, you're wasting your time, and, you know, you're not really doing business, you're doing charity. But there's a whole lot more you will get. There's a whole lot more you're doing than is immediately visible, that you are holding back instant, you know, gratification, so that you can invest and stand out in competition, not just for now, but for a long time to come. And so, yeah, hi Alan, hey Anthony, Link, Ruben, Marianne, Lulu, Linda, Deus, Davis, Kelvin, thank you so much for tuning in. And yes, so I thought being human is one way of really standing out in competition. It has worked for me. I know it helps, it's worked for so many other organizations where, you know, companies say, just today actually, I just had, you know, I ordered something and then I changed my mind about my order, and this organization said, oh, just keep both drinks. It's fine because we already dispensed it, we won't charge you for it. You're like, I'm going to come back to this place. You know, I'd ordered something else before, and it had taken a while to get in the mail, and I ordered double, and I wanted to return the one. They're like, no, just, you know, give it to somebody else as a gift. I'm like, right? I will always order from you because you're human, because you go over and above. So I wanted to share that with you today in this loud mall with my children, but I didn't want to miss a day. Listen, if you're interested in the Masterplan class or want to know more about Purpose and Excellence and what I do, you can go to purposeandexcellence.africa/masterplan, and you'll see my email. If you want a complimentary session, just have a conversation with me about your goals, how to go from discovering your purpose to delivering excellence in the marketplace, how to distinguish yourself in competition, even if you come a dime a dozen. There's this, you know, a lot of people in your industry, a lot of people in your market niche. Let's have a conversation. Have an amazing evening, day, morning if you're in New Zealand and Australia. Much love from me. Bye.